also here to react to this verdict. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, the Secret Service, falls obviously under her agency oversight. Secretary Noem, thank you so much for being here. Your reaction to this comprehensive guilty verdict against Ryan Ruth just a short time ago.
Yeah, we're thankful to see this, and we're thankful to see him brought to justice and pay the consequences for his crimes and his attempted assassination and attempt against President Trump. So the Secret Service did due diligence and will continue to do that and cooperate with all the investigators involved, and to make sure that he was brought to a successful trial is extremely important. And let that be a message to anyone in this country that seeks to do violent activity or commit harm against anyone in leadership, this administration, or our citizens. President Trump is in the White House today because he wants our streets to be safer, and he gets up every day and fights for the average American so that they can be safe as well. So every time we see someone like this brought to justice and the correct verdict come down, we're grateful that we live in this country where not just our president can be protected and kept safe by excellent men and women like the Secret Service, but also every citizen can know that they have a president that fights for them every day too.
You know, Secretary Noem, I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking about this, sadly, this assassination culture that we've been witnessing over the last several months. I'm thinking about what happened in Minneapolis, in the church, what happened on Park Avenue. A man walked right in and took lives in that lobby and upstairs. I'm thinking about the killing of the United Healthcare CEO not too far from here as well. And then obviously these two attempts on President Trump's life and what happened to Charlie Kirk. All of these places sort of soft targets. And I know that there is an effort underway to sort of break into the networks that inspire and egg on some of these individuals. What can you tell us about the stages that are happening in that effort, Secretary Noem?
Well, the investigations are ongoing, and the work that we do every day to keep our country safe is incredibly important. But Martha, I would also say that we just recently, in the last 24 hours, had an illegal alien strangle a baby with a charging cord in Northern Virginia. And we have to aggressively stand up as a society and not only...
Secretary, I believe this, we're just watching, these vehicles are starting to pull out, and I just want to let our viewers know. This is the daughter and son of Ryan Ruth as they are scanning these cars, trying to see which one holds their father, and very sad. I mean, obviously she's trying to get a moment with him. The police pulling her away from that vehicle, the son waving as he goes by. You know, this is a family tragedy, a conviction to be sure, but really ripped apart this family, and obviously tremendous stress on the Trump family as well. Secretary.
Well, this should remind every family to go out and to take care of their family members before it comes to this type of action that is taken, before this type of consequences is implemented. Everybody go out there and have conversations with your family, watch over their mental health, watch over their heart, bring them back to their faith, and be proactive in people's lives rather than sitting back and waiting for them to be radicalized until they commit acts of violence like this.
Absolutely. You know, you were starting to talk about this network that we are learning about, and President Trump wants to have a domestic terror designation for Antifa. We don't see ties to Antifa with Ryan Ruth, but you know, who knows what these investigations will start to uncover. Your thoughts on that?
Every day we're finding new networks, Martha, and President Trump focusing on is extremely important. You go in and interdict one criminal, it ties them to who do they talk to, who radicalized them, who are they interacting with, and we can continue those investigations and make sure that we're stopping these networks before they're embedded in our society, and we have consequences for years to come.
You know, the question that I raised earlier about these soft target environments that we're seeing these assassinations happen and assassination attempts happen, in terms of Homeland Security, does anything change? Do you ask for a different posture on the part of people? I'm thinking about fall is here, football games everywhere. What are your thoughts on that?
Everything's changed. The Biden administration didn't do their job in the Department of Homeland Security. Mayorkas was a complete disaster and train wreck. I don't know how he slept at night by not taking action to secure this nation. Our mission at the Department of Homeland Security is to protect our homeland, our people, and our values with integrity and honesty. And every single person at the department takes that seriously. And so we're learning more every day. We're signing security agreements with other countries to give us more information on who may be coming into our country to do us harm, what those communication networks are, to make sure that we're proactively securing large events, but not just large events, our schools, how we can give advice to states and local governments and small businesses on how to protect their cybersecurity, their infrastructure, and then we train law enforcement officers. We train our federal law enforcement officers, but also send out grants to train those at the local level and make sure they're prepared for any emergency that could come.
Secretary, Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, thank you very much. You have a very big job that you're taking on every day, and overseeing the Secret Service is part of that umbrella. Obviously, this was a big day for them in terms of this conviction, and the Department of Justice as well deserves credit for the hard work they put in here. Secretary Noem, thank you very